Welcome, viewers. It's another time that I appreciate God for giving us this time to share together. It's a privilege to be with you. I want to welcome you to my channel. This evening, we want to discuss and understand about an organ, very important organ in our body called the pancreas. The pancreas. As a Luo, allow me to tell you that pancreas in Luo is called taco. Taco. So the pancreas is a very important organ in the human body, and it has two major functions. The pancreas has a role to play in the digestive system. The pancreas has a role to play in terms of producing hormones. So the pancreas produces a digestive enzyme, and the pancreas produces hormones as well. Now, when we talk about enzyme and hormones, hormones are produced direct into the blood, and the digestive enzyme is produced into the digestive tract. And the digestive enzyme that we are talking about that comes from the pancreas is called pancreatic lipase. And the pancreatic lipase helps in the digestion of fats in our foods, and it is secreted at the point that is called the duodenum. So at that point of the duodenum, the pancreatic juice or the lipase is connected or comes together with the bile mixed, and then from the bile comes from the gallbladder, and then it is mixed and poured into the duodenum, where now it helps in digesting the fats in our food. So the pancreas is very, very important as far as uptake or breakdown of food material is concerned. So the pancreatic lipase is very, very important, and without it, digestion of fat in our food cannot take place. And as we move on, therefore, we need to understand and appreciate the importance of pancreas in the body as part of digestive organ, and also the importance of pancreas in the body as part of an endocrine organ. An endocrine organ is an organ that produces hormones. So these are some of the hormones that are produced by the pancreas itself, and as we go along, we shall be able to understand what each hormone does, or the function of each hormone. The first hormone that we want to talk about is insulin. Insulin is produced by the beta cells in the pancreas. So the insulin is a hormone that enables the body's cells to use glucose. In many researchers, they call it, or they look at it as a key. It opens the cells so that the glucose that is floating in the blood can be used in the body cell. Number two, the pancreas also produces a hormone that is called glucagon. And the glucagon is produced at the alpha cells in the pancreas. And this glucagon helps in raising the blood sugar, especially when the blood sugar level is low. Through a coordination that only God understands, or through God's design, this process happens without you as a human being knowing. It happens silently. The body is able to detect that the sugar level is low, so the pancreas is ordered to produce the glucagon so that the sugar level, the blood sugar level, can rise in cases when it falls below the normal range. So that is very important function that is carried out by the pancreas. Another hormone that is produced by the pancreas is called pancreatic amylin, and amylin controls appetite. so that somebody is able to eat and the satiety level is able to be realized. Otherwise, without the amylin, somebody can eat until the stomach ruptures or the stomach bursts. Let me say so. So the pancreas has a very important role in controlling the appetite. So the body can detect insulin that is produced. If the body can detect insulin that is produced, then it therefore means that it shall be able to manage the glucose that is within the blood. So pancreas is very, very important. Pancreas is very, very important. And without understanding what it does, then sometimes it might be difficult for you to take care of it. So once you understand what an organ does or the function of the organ in the body, then now you can be able to relate with it very well and take care of it, because you know that in the human body, the pancreas does not have any spare. Unless somebody can convince me that he or she has heard of any replacement of the pancreas. Unlike kidneys, a kidney can be donated and you can have a kidney transplant, but the pancreas, you cannot have a pancreas transplant. And that therefore tells you how important the pancreas is and why you should take good care of it. Many of us have heard of diabetics, but people do not relate the disease diabetic or malfunction of the body to be related to the pancreas itself, or the organ pancreas. So the pancreas, when you talk about the pancreas at the back of your mind, you will be able to realize that even diabetic type 2 comes as a result of defect in the pancreas. And that is why we are talking about a hormone, insulin, being produced at the beta cells, and these beta cells are found in the pancreas itself. So therefore, we need to take care of our pancreas very well, knowing that without proper functioning of the pancreas, then we are bound to suffer from diabetes. The body will not be able to manage the glucose, or in general terms, the sugar in the body. Without the pancreas producing enough insulin, the body will not be able to manage the blood sugar. And so we shall have fluctuations in the blood sugar level, which in other words we call as diabetics. So how will you know that the pancreas is not functioning well? How will you know that the pancreas is not functioning well? Let us look at the side of digestive system. When the pancreas is not functioning well, the first place that shall be affected is how the fats in our diet is digested. Therefore, if the pancreatic juice is not released enough into the digestive line at the duodenum level, then the person will have a frothy fecal matter. When the fecal matter is frothy, then it is a sign that the fats in the food have not been digested. And so you can start questioning what is happening with the pancreas. What is happening with the pancreas? Why is it not releasing the digestive enzyme that it is supposed to release? Another thing that you'll be able to see will be that a person who has a problem in the pancreas will have a blurred vision. You are able to see, but you are not able to see clearly. Whatever you're looking at is appearing like it is shaky. Then we call that blurred vision. The person will be feeling tired. Even after eating, you still feel like you are really tired. You don't have the energy to do any work. You don't have the energy to even stand up. You don't have the energy to walk. Then it therefore tells you that the pancreas must be having a problem. Why? The body, you have just consumed carbohydrate, but the body is not able to use that glucose that has come from that food, because the key to open the cells to use that glucose in the blood is not there, which is the insulin that is produced at the pancreas. So therefore, this person will be very tired, feeling very tired. And the presence of the glucose, the high level of glucose in the blood, will actually trigger the body into frequent urination, because the body is actually trying to eliminate that excess sugar from the body. So this person will be feeling like frequent urination, and sometimes you can even go for a short call even more than 4 times in the night. And during the day you can go for short call very frequently. Then you can start asking yourself, what is actually the problem? This is not the way I normally urinate. The urge to urinate comes very fast and very urgent. Then you can know that the pancreas has a problem. Another sign that will tell you that the pancreas has a problem is that you will feel like taking water. You feel thirsty. The throat is dry. You feel like taking water. Then you're like, why do I take water and I urinate? I take water and urinate. Actually, the body is trying to manage or to fight the condition of high sugar level in the blood. So those are very common signs that will tell you that there is a problem with the pancreas. There is a problem with the pancreas, and so you need to take watch or to take action. Maybe visit the hospital and find out what the problem could be. So when you are able to see that you take a lot of water, you urinate so much, you don't have the energy to do your daily chores, you have blood vision, then these are signs, are major signs that the pancreas has a problem and you need to take action. Because in other words, these are the same signs that we normally manifested in a person who has been declared to have diabetics. So if you are not known that you are diabetic and you are seeing such signs, it is good for you to visit the hospital so that you are diagnosed and you can be helped without taking more time again, because the more time you take, you can end up into very serious complications in the body. Remember, high level of glucose in the blood will affect your kidneys. High level of glucose in the blood will affect your heart. High level of glucose in the blood will also affect your brain. So it is important, and those are signs that when the pancreas is not functioning well, the body actually tries to manage and bring back the sugar level to normal through urination, through frequent intake of water, through frequent urination, and also uh, trying to sweat a lot. So those are actually just measures which the body takes in order to make sure that the sugar level is maintained. So if you see those signs, please, my dear viewer, don't take it for granted. You need to find out what is happening so that you are taken care of in time. Apart from feeling overly tired, you will also feel like you are really hungry. Even after taking just a meal, you'll feel you still need to take some food. So that frequent hunger, frequent urge to eat is actually caused by the fact that the cells are not able to use the glucose that is actually in the blood, yet the glucose is there. The body is not able to sense, because what should make it sense is the presence of insulin. So when the insulin is not there, you'll actually be feeling like eating and urinating and thirsty. Then you can be able to say that there is a problem with the functioning of the pancreas. So let us look at what can affect our pancreas, or what can affect the health of the pancreas. Number one, when you take a lot of sugar, then the pancreas is bound to suffer. So the sugar we are talking about here is not actually the table sugar. The table sugar only forms a small fraction of the sugar that we are talking about, but we are looking at the general amount of sugar in your diet in a day. So that therefore calls for checking on the sugars that is added on the drinks that you take, like sweetened drinks, checking on the sugars that we take in terms of the pastries, in terms of the candies, in terms of the sweetened drinks, and in terms of the sweets in general. So having this at the back of your mind will help you to relate well with your food, so that anytime you're taking any type of food, you know that which organ are you impacting on. So any sweetened food, any sweetened drink, any a lot of carbohydrate whose result is normally glucose, all that adds into what we call the sugars in the food. Remember that the end product of digestion of a carbohydrate is normally a glucose, and a glucose is sugar. So when you talk about the amount of sugar in your diet, do not just look at the table, the sugar that is added to your tea, but look at the general amount of sugar that you get from your drinks, that you get from your sweetened drinks, that you get from your pastries, that you get from your cakes, that you get from your sweets, that you get from your candies. All that, if they are frequent, then therefore we say that the pancreas will always be under pressure to produce insulin. And if this is now the pattern of your day-to-day life, then therefore the pancreas will get at a point when now it says enough is enough, I will not be able to serve you well. So take care, check on how sugary your foods are. And again, also the health of the pancreas depends on how much of that sugar is released into the blood. So if there is a large amount of sugar released into the blood at any one particular time, then it therefore means that there will be a lot of amount of insulin that will be required to be produced by the pancreas to manage the sugar. So that is why we say that for the health of the pancreas, every individual must endeavor to eat food that is not refined, because refined foods or refined carbohydrates releases a lot of sugar at one go into the bloodstream. So try as much as possible to eat food in its natural state without being refined. Another thing that you need to check on is the amount of cholesterol. And most of the time we say that a lot of cholesterol is found on red meats, hydrogenated fats, trans fats. So these are some of the products that should be taken with moderation, so that we don't affect the health of the pancreas. Watch out on the hidden sugars. Now again, on another thing that affects the health of the pancreas is lack of exercise. Man was created to be moving. At least move. Ensure that your feet is able to carry you. Ensure that you walk a lot. Ensure that you exercise, so that the body is able to also use that sugar that is in the blood. So a sedentary lifestyle will not impact positively on the life or the health of your pancreas. So endeavor to have or to be moving, so that the health of the pancreas is managed well. Now, at the age of 45 and above, it is very healthy that you take very little amount of meals, especially in the night, because a lot of food in the night, and especially a lot of carbohydrate in the night, actually produces or leads to a lot of sugar, which is not going to be used in the night. So because the night we do not have a lot of activities, you should have a small meal in the evening as you retire to bed. Avoid refined foods, we have talked about. So Dear viewer, let us understand that our pancreas is very important and we must take care of it. God created a healthy being, and all our organs are intended to work in harmony in order to sustain life. So if you support it by healthy living and understanding their role, then we shall be able to take care of our pancreas well, as it is also has an important role to play in our health of the digestion line and also the health of the overall body in terms of glucose management. Thank you very much as we come to the end of our presentation today. May God bless you and welcome another time.